Hi there, this is H. Victoria Hargro Atkerson. I'm an author and a writer, and I would like to invite you to read my latest book, which is Enslaved. It is a wonderful, wonderful trek into the past. One of the things I really like about this book, we talk about life in Africa before people were enslaved. And we must always remember that we had thousands and thousands of years of civilization to build on and to incorporate in each tribal family, each area of the country. And the written word was started in Africa. The first library was in Africa. We have a lot of first because civilization began in Africa. So whenever we talk about slavery, I want you to remember that, and also remember the fact that when Africans were enslaved, they took the best people out of Africa, the most skilled, the healthiest people, and those that were more likely to survive that middle passage, and also once they got to their destination, the ones that they felt that they could get the most out of, because they were enslaved so that Americans could make money. And dynasties, American dynasties, were built on the labor of black people and black experiences, because these are things that they learned when they were in Africa. Tea, cotton, tobacco, and rice were products that were harvested in Africa for thousands of years, and for those reasons they were enslaved. So going back and doing that research to find out exactly who we were before enslavement, I think it's important. It's important for our children, and it's important for each of us, because those are the things that we have to hold on to as we press forward to get more equality and justice in this country. We have gifts that we have given this country that were taken from us and capitalized on. So this country owes us an allegiance and the right to do as any other citizen does, and we deserve justice under the laws of this country. So when you think of some of the things that are happening today, you have an armor of ancestors behind you to help you push forward for our children and for the many generations that are coming. The fight for equality started back in slavery, when the first African was put in chains. That is when the civil rights movement began. Not in the 50s, not in the 60s. It started way back then, because we have always protested what has happened to us. So be mindful of that. And by the way, pick up a copy of my book, Enslaved, because it incorporates that. I start out telling the story of Princess Gemma and a member of her royal guard, and what they were doing in Africa, and their lifestyle, their family style, their family background, all kinds of wonderful things that Africa gives a person: the ability to rule, the ability to care for others, the ability to raise crops, raise families, the ability to trade, the ability to write and to catalog books. All those things began in Africa. So we look at Princess Gemma and her enslavement as one experience of an African and her royal guard, but it blossoms out to tell the story of many enslaved people, and it talks about the Middle Passage and the horrific conditions that people had to endure. You had to be strong in order to survive that voyage. You had to be determined. You had to have a strong mind. So we came here, and we came as the best that Africa had to offer, and our ancestors were the best that they chose from Africa to work in this country. So look at that, own it, And let us grow from that. And let's teach our children those things that we have had the privilege of taking advantage of, because the ancestors before us had the fortitude and the strength to survive horrific conditions under an unjust law. So let's keep that in mind. As we explore this book, we talk about exactly what happens to people when they are enslaved. And we have book 2 coming out, and that's going to continue to tell the story of the enslavement of this African princess and all the conditions that she is expected to live under and to function for others, for the welfare of others. So take a look at this book. It's really good. It's really good. All right. Before you go, please like this program, and also join our electronic family by pushing the red button that says subscribe. And we welcome you into our electronic family. Take care and love someone special, but most of all, love to you. God bless.